All right, Daniel and Lisa of
Hello.
Bathe with the last name Magic. I don't know if that's the official last name, but whether it is or it isn't, I like it. Thanks for coming in, guys. We're super excited to have you here. And for those that don't know, Daniel and Lisa, they're the creators of Bathe here in Austin. Phase 1 is complete, so if you haven't gone to Bathe, go check it out. Phase 2 coming soon, and we're going to talk a lot about that. But I'd like to have you guys introduce yourselves a little bit and give us a little background on you guys before we get into your full story of how you started Bathe.
Sure, I can go first.
Please.
Well, I was a miserable tech bro for most of my life. And during the pandemic, things were good. Like the real estate was good, the economy was good, pay was good in that world. But I was like, there's something missing. I don't know what it is, but this can't be it. I can't be working in tech till I'm 60 and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this friend who invited me to do a psychedelic healing journey, the first time in my adult life that I had done one. And during that journey, there was a song that played, and my whole body the reality shifted, the dimensions opened up, and I had this download that said Jody is the answer. And Jody is a person who's doing the facilitation. And to me, that was like, Jody, you can have my life for a year. So I quit my job, left my wife, sold my house, and she put a journey on a sticky notes on a refrigerator for a year for things to do, which meant traveling the world, doing crazy shamanic, retreats, Burning Man, Joe Dispenza, medicine, events, all these things that kind of twist my reality. And when I came back, I was like, I can't go back. I know too much.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Can't write code anymore.
I can't write code anymore. I was like, I can't do it 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Being safe? No. So I was like, okay, what do I do next? And another friend had invited me to do a psychedelic mastermind where you took LSD and facilitators would in real time draw your dreams of consciousness as you're speaking them out. And on that whiteboard, I said, build a bathhouse. And that was it.
Wow.
That's a cool retreat. I like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So was that your first...
LSD Dream Mastermind.
Yeah, that's cool.
Was that your first foray into any... were you hardcore into tech? You weren't even looking at psychedelic, medicine, or spirituality? Or were you kind of curious about it before you got in there?
I mean, I knew about Burning Man since I was 19.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go. There was always life got in the way. And even when I was hanging out with Jody, I kind of knew the world. I would kind of dip in, dip out. I was a digital nomad, so I was doing my own thing. And, the time that I knew Jody, she would kind of drop little invitation to little parties, especially during COVID. I'd kind of drop in and be like, okay, this is cool. This is a bunch of weird people doing psychedelics. And I wasn't really fully in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I decided okay, I'm going hardcore, I was like, Jody, you can have my life. You just shake it up. Sent me on a journey. It was literally in San Francisco, living on 24th and Mission. We put sticky notes on the refrigerator of just this journey. And the deal was that I wouldn't ask many questions. I would just go. So I'd buy a ticket to Peru, do ayahuasca, go to Costa Rica, do, tantric workshops, I went to Egypt, I went to Israel, I went to all over the world doing these really kind of uncomfortable containers. Some medicine, some body, some just weird. And I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. And then I went to Burning Man, and that was it. I was like, okay, this is what you do when you have money and you like psychedelics. You just build really cool shit. And I was like, I kind of want to have money and do really cool shit. And
it's a good life.
Yeah. And you're not going to do that sitting in front of a computer for 10 hours a day,
yeah,
working for someone else and not having your own sovereignty to your life. And it was the first time in my life that I actually said yes to myself. Because throughout my whole life, it was go to college, get a master's degree, get a house, get married, do the thing that your parents or society wants you to do. And there's so many things I wanted to do. I had dreams. I'd be on my computer just dreaming of sailing the world or traveling. But I was like, I should just be responsible and work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that moment, especially with Jody, was the first time I was like, fuck this shit. I'm Jody's the answer, and I'm just going deep. I mean, I sold my house left my wife, and left my job. Those are three big things to do from one psychedelic container.
Yeah.
One moment in time.
One moment. So, yeah.
Thanks, Jody.
Yeah, thank you, Jody.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how about you, Lisa?
Yeah, so in my own parallel existence, I was a lawyer for a hot minute. I went to UT Law, so that's when I first moved to Austin. So I've been here a long time. And I just kind of was always finding ways to hack the system. I started flipping houses pretty young, and then kind of flipped another one, and then I was house hacking. So I would then get a trailer and move into the trailer and rent the house. And then I got a van, and I rented both the trailer and the house, and then I was in the van. And so I just was always kind of finding ways to not have a job, not actually work. And I did the whole law school thing because I had a very Jewish immigrant Russian father who was like, you're a doctor, a lawyer, or a bum. And I got into my subconscious. I didn't even realize I was kind of doing it until, a lot of smart people, if they're in school, it's like, what do you do next? Like, oh, go to law school, So I really just did it because I wanted to come to Austin, because I felt like everyone I knew in Arizona, everyone liked mainstream things, and I felt like Austin was the place where people liked things that were different. Mm. So I came here and immediately found my music and my people, and so it's been really cool to see Austin grow over the years. But yeah, so then the van thing was going to be a business. I was going to renovate vans and rent them out. Vacay vans was my thing at the time. Yeah. And I had a partner, and we broke up. And so then I kind of found myself single with this van and decided to just go on a journey. And 6 weeks turned into 4 years of traveling around. And, it was really an impetus because my mom had died from breast cancer. And that was the moment for me when I was like, what the fuck are we doing? We could be dead at any moment, and we're just walking around all these little problems, what I said to that person was embarrassing, what I did, who cares, And I just realized, none of this matters. I want to do whatever I want. And so that took me on the van journey. And then, but I was kind of still looking for a purpose after a while. And I tried to pursue acting, and then that was when the entire industry shut down of Hollywood. And I was like, all right, well, maybe the universe is saying I shouldn't do this. So I was searching for my purpose. I flew to Austin one day to look for my purpose. I went to an Abraham Hicks talk. Mm-hmm. I was put on the level of frequency. And then that night I went to a Parangi concert, and this guy walks up to me and he says, I'm building a bathhouse. And I was like, ooh. That's cool.
Was that his pickup line?
Yeah, that was
the first thing he says.
It worked.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm building a bathhouse.
It worked.
Which, by the way, after he got that in his mind, he said that 20 times a day to everyone. I'm building a bathhouse. I'm building a bathhouse. And it's funny because that's actually, I was like, you can't say that 20 times a day and expect it to just happen. But look at this. I guess you can. And then he told me that he got the idea from a psychedelic dream mastermind. And I was like, I'm moving back to Austin. I'm going to date this man, and I'm going to build this bathhouse with him. And I went and sat down, and I was like, I just think this is the path that I'm supposed to go on. Whoa. And we just did it. And, that was a month after his revelation, and neither of us knew how to build a bathhouse.
Nope.
Yeah, you had nothing in the works yet. You're still just mantra mode. I'm going to build a bathhouse.
I mean, before that psychedelic journey, I'd never really been to a bathhouse.
Yeah.
I went to maybe one or two, but it wasn't even in my consciousness of building a bathhouse. But in that facilitation, actually the Pictionary, so they draw pictures on this whiteboard, and it was called Dream Bathhouse. And it was supposed to be just a place for your dreams to be come alive, and this whole system, this ecosystem of people coming in. It was actually a crazy idea. My original idea was that it was all blockchain controlled, so it's decentralized. And after your journey through the bathhouse, you would record your dreams on this immersive video screen that would get uploaded to a Discord channel. and every member were called dream weavers, and they could vote on people's dreams, and then whoever wins would get like money from the treasury.
That's so cool.
But I realized that the fact that I didn't know how to build a bathhouse and blockchain was like difficult to like do on its own. I was like, I can't do that. It's too much.
Maybe that's phase 3.
Maybe it's phase 10.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little creative incubator.
Yeah.
And then the best one just kind of moves to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a community, you vote on what you want to manifest into the community.
Yeah.
That's such a cool idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that'll come. It'll just
It'll
come.
come.
Just every step at a time. Yeah.
Mhm.
You just get it just like you did before. You just keep talking about it.
Mhm.
And enough people will be like, I want that, and they'll help you.
Yeah, that is the trick. You just keep saying the thing that you are going to do, and then the universe or God will just put the people and the things and the tools that you need in your path, and it'll just connect you. I think you had the right idea.
I mean, it's working. We do have dream weavers now, which is great.
Yeah.
They came alive because we're doing like a crowdfunding
Mhm.
campaign, and they're called dream weavers. So people supporting us. So there is like some of that coming around.
Did you come up with the name Dreamweaver through your dream psychedelic retreat?
I had an idea of like the Council of Seven.
Mhm.
So it'd be 7 of us like managing the space as like space holders. And then the dream weavers were like the members of the bathhouse, and we all would kind of work together to like keep this thing like flowing in a way that felt good for everyone.
Have you guys ever seen the book, The Secret Language of Birthdays?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love that book.
In that book, you know how everybody's birthday has a name, and it tells you like this is your thing, and you have a little symbol and a name. Mine is May 15th, and I'm the day of the Dreamweaver.
What?
Yeah, so
Oh.
when I saw your thing, it was like, we have Dreamweavers. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm a Dreamweaver.
Oh my God, you're a Dreamweaver.
Wow.
Yeah, and I almost got the tattoo on my, the symbol tattooed on me because it's 2 mushrooms, funny enough, with like a dream catcher in between them.
Oh,
Really?
wild.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That should be my next tattoo.
That's a good T-shirt.
It is a good T-shirt, and it's 2 fun guys.
Yeah, there you
Holy
go.
shit! I
Yeah.
just figured that out. I just put 2 and 2 together. Whoa.
Let's go get a tattoo
Oh my God.
afterwards.
I was a Dreamweaver and a 2 fun guy. I merged currently between
Whoa.
the both of you, all 3 of you guys. Weird.
Oh,
Was there-
I just had a
amazing.
brain explosion moment.
So the bathhouse is more of a place for people to bring those dreams. Was there a particular reason when you thought about it more for a bathhouse? Because you've only been to a couple, you said, right? Like, how did you decide bathhouse instead of LSD workshops where people paint or whatever? What did you ever think into that or feel into that? Why was that? Or just the message came and you're like, we're just doing
I
this?
mean, it was just like Jody. It just came to my body. It was like Jody's the answer. And during that facilitation, it was like a bathhouse. There was no other. It just came out of my mouth. And then I have a whole whiteboard, a picture of it, of all the things that I said in that. It was like adult playground, a place for fun, where dreams come alive, where everyone has a home, endless possibilities. It was just a download in that moment. And it was just a source download.
And
Yeah.
you had spent some time in Archimedes when you lived in San Francisco. So you had been to some classic, like real raw bathhouses.
That's very true. I mean, but there's definitely like people I know who are starting bathhouses now who went to like hundreds of them before they even
Mhm.
got the idea. And I went to one a few times. So, a little different.
Yeah, you like skateboarded a couple times. You're like, I'm going to build the best skate park ever to exist.
Basically.
And I can just go off a curb.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you
Well-
tell us about what Bathe is now in phase 1 and then your vision for phase 2?
Yeah. So, Daniel was very ethereal with it. And we were listening to your episode about human design, which we are so in love with because he's a manifester, I'm manifesting generator. And so, it was very ethereal. And then I was like, oh, I can make this real.
Mm.
And so I manifested the building. And we found the building before it was even on the market. And I saw a sign somewhere else and I had a feeling. And I just called this guy and he's like, yeah, I have a perfect building. And it was just like magic, So we sold everything else that we owned individually and we moved into the building for 9 months
Wow.
while we invested in designing this like full immersive 8,000 square foot transportive bathhouse experience. Like that's Austin has never seen. And that's what you see in phase 2. All those renderings are of the actual building from our lighting architect, and everything is like exactly what the vision is. And January 8th, we got our permits from the city of Austin. Woo woo. January 9th, our banking partner bowed out. So we went on a crazy rampage opening a phase 1 in 2 months, and that was never the plan. So right now we have something that we literally just threw together in 2 months, and it's been growing and taken on this life that is beyond anything we could have dreamed of.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is there an expected date for phase 2?
Yeah, we are we're putting together all the puzzle pieces. So we have a couple really special investors who are just about to take the leap, and then we're doing this crowdfunding, this Indiegogo campaign where people are dream weavers supporting the project. And we got a small loan just now. So we're hoping at the beginning of the year, maybe February, March is when we'd start, and we'd be able to finish by the end of next year for phase 2. But phase 1 is great. There's 3 different types of saunas. We have a wood-fired sauna, which is really fun. We have magnesium mineral pools and cold plunges, lounges, a sound temple, red light, and we throw the best parties.
Yeah. I've heard very good things about your parties.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
that's all this guy.
Very nice. And yeah, I come from the event space, so I'm a nerd for parties. I always want to learn more about them and see what you guys are doing. Okay, so that's in phase 1. And then what do you have expected in phase 2 that you can talk about? Maybe there's some surprises you can't talk about, but.
I mean, phase 2 is just going to be a full immersive bathhouse to delight all your senses. But really, I've been to a lot of bathhouses. It's usually the lighting's terrible, or the design's
Now
not.
you have.
Now
I
we've traveled the
Now that
world.
you have a bathhouse.
Quite a few. And so it's going to be like really epic lighting, really epic design. The main theme is dystopian. So imagine we built some type of bathhouse now, some themed bathhouse, but then we found it in the future, 2700, and Austin's been like, it's gone. And then we find this bathhouse that's like pristine, but it's been ruins inside. There's broken tile, there's patinaed walls, there's art kind of like half there, like built into the space. So it's kind of like this portal that you walk into. And then plants have taken over the entire space. So plants have taken over.
So cool.
Yeah. That's kind of the design.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a ancient Egyptian alien temple that you found thousands of years later that you get to walk into, but it's Austin's original temple from the people long ago.
Yes.
That's cool. And so you can just be creative. I think do you guys feel like you have a hard time getting investors to understand like the vision? Because I mean, to me, it makes a lot of sense. And to me, I think you guys are way ahead of the game of something that's already coming 5 to 10 years. And you're starting to see little seeds of places and some people kind of doing it, but they're not really like articulating what you're trying to do, which is really desired, right? As you see more and more clubs and people drinking less and less people going out, more people caring about their circadian rhythm, especially the younger generation and Gen Z, and the more and more lack of connection because of the expansion of more and more AI and social media, that you need more of those places, that they will ultimately thrive a lot. And so if you have connection and health and music and fun, it's like, it's going to be amazing. And Austin's the perfect place for it because, I mean, how long have you guys been here or been visiting and all that?
I mean, I moved to Austin 18 years ago.
Okay.
So I've seen it grow up with me.
And then
I've been here like 10 years. So
how would you say the essence of it when you first got here? And what would you say it is now? Or like, what is that common feeling that you feel? Because there's people that move here and they're like, oh, it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm like, no, I feel like there's a pulse that no matter what's happening, no matter if, big tech comes in this, and there's always this like soul of the place. And I don't think people that get it. And there's a lot of people that just don't. But I imagine you guys get it because that's why you're building what you're building. I was curious if you could talk about what you both feel when you're like here and why this is the spot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think that Austin is a place where all ideas can manifest. And everyone is here open and supportive, wanting to bring everyone's ideas up and create together. I mean, it's just such a magical, self-selected group of people who come here looking for something and then they find it, you know? And I think that that's stayed really true. I do think that, you know, in like 2018, when I moved into a van, I was kind of over Austin. And I remember going out and I was like, you're all the same. Like, you think you're weird. Like, this is ridiculous. And then I realized like I needed to change. So like I dyed my hair purple. I got a tattoo. I moved into a van. And I was like, all right, I'm going to be weird.
It worked.
It worked. And then the other thing I'll say is that, you know, in my 20s and the whole time that I lived here, Austin was just drunk. I mean, it was just a whole city of alcoholics, 10 a.m. alcohol, like Tuesdays, like drunk. And I thought when I came back from the van that I wouldn't be able to be here anymore because I just wasn't into alcohol culture anymore. I found so many other options. But I was just thrilled to find out that this conscious community is like thriving beyond my wildest dreams, you know? So Austin's grown up with my evolution.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I really love the way Austin's grown up because it has everything you want, but it's still like a small city. Everyone knows each other. It's still easy to get around, but there's like endless possibilities, things to do. You can go to ASAIL if you want. You can go to some conscious party, or you can go to the Bathhouse. And I feel like the location we're at is like the last vestige of like OG Austin. Cesar Chavez is just a street of just like old like Austin institutions. And I want to build an Austin institution that is there forever, will never change, never sell, and just be like a picture point of like Austin, you know?
I feel like East Side is a very creative area. It's like all the architecture and the buildings and just people buying old places are hyper creative in that area around Cesar Chavez and all that. It's like in all of the city, it's where people are most down to just do wild shit with a business. And so it's cool to have that there, which is trying to percolate ideas and whatnot. So it's like a perfect place for those people already in that area trying to populate new creative ideas.
Yeah.
Something that's kind of cool about where we are is that, so the first the first house that started Rainy Street, Luster Pearl, because, you know, Rainy Street used to just be these little tiny houses that we turned into bars. And then they were all replaced to high rises and the complete shit show that is Rainy Street now. But the owner of that house, when he sold it, he actually saved the 1800s house and picked it up and moved it all the way to the east side, and it's next to us.
Whoa.
Yeah, he cut it in half.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cut in half?
Cut it in half and shipped it over.
Yeah, and put it back together.
Yep.
Now it's a coffee shop. But it just feels like really like old Austin. And he's actually the same person who owns the land of the building that we rent from him as well for Bathe. And so it just feels like the future and the past of Austin in a really unique way.
Do you guys, I'm sure you have a lot of things you do to keep your creativity alive. Like you have some kind of rituals. And I imagine one of those things, like you're always looking for new stuff, and you brought up your backyard shaman. So can you tell us about Backyard Shaman and what he does?
Do you want to start?
I'll hand that off to you.
The Backyard Shaman. Actually, funny, Lisa used to date the Backyard Shaman. That was her own personal shaman, but now he's a communal shaman. We've recruited him.
Nice.
He's great. You know, he is an amazing facilitator, a buffo. He is also really regimented in like his health and fitness, and he's a great cook. And he's in Tucson. I really wanted him to come to Austin because there's so many opportunities for him here, for his being in Tucson. And our idea was that we'd move him in the backyard in a shift pod, and he would be our living shaman. Maybe cook for us, maybe help us get in shape.
Help us work out.
You know, private facilitation maybe.
It's smart because you guys need to hold the vision, but you need to outsource. I can't be thinking about what I need to be eating all the time, my workout routine. It's just like, this person's dialed in, keep me dialed in, and I'll keep expanding and growing this vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Backyard Shaman's great.
I mean, everyone should have one.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think everybody should.
Maybe we can
invest in
rotate
Backyard Shaman.
every other month. You can have them.
Yeah, like shared custody of the Backyard Shaman. We got a good backyard.
Like a cleaning lady's like, she comes the first and third week of the month.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we get the first and fourth. Or
This is good.
yeah.
He also gives great Thai massages. So he's full
I'm in.
service.
I mean, what else? What does the Backyard Shaman not do? Cooks, massage, facilitates
Electrical work.
medicine. Yeah, he's a plumber. He can do shingles.
He's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, he's pretty fun. He's a fun one.
Yeah, I do think that in order to maintain our creativity, I think psychedelic journeys are very important.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I named Bathe on a psychedelic journey, and obviously the Bathhouse was born on a journey. So I think really taking the time to go to those ethereal spaces, and the Backyard Shaman supports with that.
Mhm. How often do you do a facilitated journey with Backyard Shaman?
Well, he's just arrived in our backyard last night.
Oh, he's fresh.
So
He's
he's
fresh.
a
Oh, okay.
fresh.
Yeah, Fob Backyard Shaman.
Exactly. So we'll see how that works out.
I mean, like once a month would feel good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Once a month.
And what medicines does he facilitate with?
He does a stack of like MDMA mushrooms, and then you do bufo at the end,
Well,
and then he beatbox to you, and maybe you'll get a Thai massage. Whatever you want. It's the whole thing.
A custom experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very Austin thing.
It's very Austin.
I'm going to take all the great things and I'm going to bring it into one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the future and past all together, blended for this perfect curated experience.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bufo is definitely his magic.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
I think a big part of, what you were saying when you were in the tech world, and you were just kind of following this path. Same with you, and I think a lot of us, you have this written code in your brain that you don't even realize you're running on, right? And I think a lot of people get confused about, maybe they see people doing creative things and they're always asking, what do? I should be doing something. And I think what you did and what you both did is where to begin first, is just get lost and just try a bunch of wild shit, right?
Mhm.
Because you can't really reflect and see where you are programmed or get inspiration. You can't just go from, I don't like my corporate job, I need to build it. There's no way you could go from that to Bathhouse with creating dreams on a blockchain and blah, blah, blah. You had to go just send it for a while. And I think not enough people, they're so focused on get out of school, do this, and then they get into a life where all of a sudden maybe they have an existential crisis. It's like exploration. And you're still doing that because in order to keep that creative energy, you have to keep like letting go of the reins, right? To keep channeling it through you. But you said, maybe for both of you, but you especially, when you went to Burning Man, that was like was that like the cork that really popped it open? And I'm curious why. Because you went, 10 years ago was your first one?
No, my first one was during my sabbatical,
Yeah.
but I knew about it when I was much younger,
Yeah.
just the world and complications. For me, like that was one of the first things I did too, was on the sticky note was Burning Man. And it was just like, okay, this is a new way to exist. This is fun. Like there's $5 million art cars for the fuck of it. People are burning millions of dollars in propane because why not? Like
Not for profit,
not for profit, just
building a brand, not
just for fun,
For the experience.
for the experience. I was like, okay, this is like a fun way to like use your resources. And I think something you mentioned about like trying to have this idea when you're in the thing of work is impossible. You have to like let go of that identity. And when I left my work and I was sent off on these journeys, it took me a while to like drop that identity. I was like, I don't have a job anymore. I don't have a title. Like, who am I? Like, do I have value? Right? Am I worth anything? And then eventually, I just went on like invitation after invitation. Once I was out there in the world, people were inviting me to all kinds of things. I was just going wherever I wanted to go, wherever it felt good. And I was like, oh, I don't need an identity. I'm just going to like go with the frequency. And once I got on that frequency, the Bathhouse came, Lisa came. Like it just was like when you're on the frequency, you don't need to try to find your purpose. It just will manifest with ease.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think it echoes what you were saying. You have to get lost to find yourself first. And when you release your own frequency, then you can start to find the ones around you that you vibrate with the best. But if you constantly try to create your own frequency, then you're either going to clash with other ones, or you might also come across people that have that frequency the same as you, and you find that blend. But if you can just become nothing and just go with the flow wherever it's taking you, or follow the sticky note on your mirror that Jody gives you, like you're gonna eventually just find the thing. You're like a square peg trying to get in all these different shapes, and you'll eventually just find the square hole if you just move around enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad that like we're kind of programmed from a really young age to do certain things. Graduate high school,
Mhm.
go to college, pick some 10 random careers you want to do, go get a job. Then you okay, what do I do next? I get a house. All right. What is everyone else doing? You get married,
Mhm.
you have kids, and that's your life.
Mhm.
And you actually never get a chance to slow down and be like, what do I really want? And not the pressures of like your parents or society, whatever, and thank you, Jody. Thank you, Jody. That was a good one.
And I think that a really approachable way to get to that place also is van life, honestly. Because when I moved into a van, my first day, I drove for 20 minutes and then I stopped and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not actually going anywhere. Like we spend every day going here, going home, going somewhere. And I'm just like, oh, I'm in my home. Like I am exactly here.
Yeah, there's no destination now.
Yeah, like this is it. I'm I'm just existing here in this moment. And that was my first experience, was like true radical presence, which radical presence is one of our ethos at Bathe, where it was just like, oh, I'm just existing and wandering, and
Mhm.
it was just so funny, like just being in that place, like it really changes. Like you see everyone else rushing and going, and then you're like, oh, but I'm on a different path, like I'm free.
So this is food for thought. So Daniel, you quit your tech job, went deep down the rabbit hole of just following the sticky notes, psychedelics. Lisa, you went hard, we were like, fuck the lawyer path. I'm going to live van life. Like these are all pretty hard, like 180s to your lives. Do you think that there's a way for people to find a similar experience in like understanding their true self without the drastic shifts of like, say they have a good job, but they don't want to quit their job, but they still want to find themselves? Do you think there's ways people can do that? Or is that level of actuality, is that reserved for people that take that risk?
I mean, I think traveling alone is a really easy way to get there. All of a sudden you are just in the new place. And I think for me, it's like getting into the wandering mindset. And I think that that's approachable to anyone. I mean, if you just leave your house on foot and just wander, you're going to see things that you've never noticed right around your house. If you just actually talk to the people that you see. I did this little experiment in the van where it was called Yes Monday, and I would say yes to everything on Mondays. I just had no idea what I was doing, so it was like any invitation, and I would ask Instagram, like, what should I say yes to, and let them vote. And so I just feel like even just spending a day, just kind of like no plan, no phone, just saying yes to the little invitations. Like it's so simple to jump on that frequency of the universe. Like it's right there.
I love that. Something that Jody had kind of put in my ethos was breadcrumbs and the slutty secretary in the universe, where her job was to drop breadcrumbs. And if you were in the frequency, you would pick them up to follow.
Did you say slutty secretary?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It was like my mind, the vision I had was like, the secretary from like Ghostbusters from the 80s? Like that.
Nice.
Like that kind of 80s secretary. And her job is to drop these breadcrumbs from the universe. And if you are in the frequency of energy or listening, you'll pick them up and you'll know where to go. And that's kind of like during my journey, my thing was breadcrumbs. So I'd like follow these breadcrumbs, little invitations, and it would take me to I'd be in the most crazy places and craziest containers with the wildest people that I'd never even imagined stepping foot into. And I was like, okay, I kind of like this. I kind of like weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mushrooms and psychedelics are so great for that too. We try not to make this a psychedelic podcast, but it always ends up steering that way anyway. You know, what are you going to do?
Who designed that?
Yeah, whose logo is this? Who put that there? Some Dreamweavers, I bet. But yeah, the way it like completely revamps your brain for neuroplasticity. If you're stuck in those patterns and you, even just throughout your daily life, even a microdose, I notice like, I'll notice that I am walking the same path I usually walk if I'm just going for a walk in my neighborhood. And I'm like, fuck that, let's go a different way. And like even a small dose of mushrooms will like send me off onto another journey, and I'll go find a new coffee shop I've never seen, or even just these little things that just rewrite your day on such a small level that add up over time. So you're right. There's definitely ways people can do that without having to buy a van and quit their job. And
I mean, I would recommend it if you can.
Yeah,
I think
or
it's the
rent
best
a
choice,
van.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Take at least a year to
Mhm.
just bucket,
Totally.
find out, go on a journey if you can. I think it's
Totally.
important. Or
Mhm.
just psychedelics.
Yeah.
Can be a big transformation for even one time for people,
Mhm.
can change their lives.
Yeah.
Also, parties that
Parties.
are people you meet who are doing different things that just open your mind. And I think part of having a bathhouse where you're bringing people that are doing wild stuff that people just aren't exposed to. Like someone goes and then maybe it's just, a wife, she's got a couple kids and she's just been kind of in this like, I do this, I take kids to this, I do these meetings. And then her friend invites her to like a party and they meet someone like you and they're like, what did you do? Because I remember when I started traveling, you would meet people and you're like, you lived in India on the streets for like 5 years and you haven't been working? And then like now you live here in Guatemala doing what? And they're just like, what? You like opened your mind because you're not around that in like a normal city or whatever. You're not meeting those people day to day. And you're like, whoa, there is a different way to live. And it's like that starts to unlock that these types of things are even possible because you're like, oh, they're doing it. I don't know. Like we've been in the sauna and I hear all kinds of crazy stories and you're like, whoa. And you reflect on your own life.
Mm-hmm.
This is a random story. I was in the sauna one day. We're just all chilling. This older guy, just super Texan looking dude. You'd think just like normal, super looking conservative, owns a ranch, real relaxed guy. And he all of a sudden starts to go tell a story about how he's in Hawaii and he gets lost on one of the islands and they forget about him. And the helicopters keep coming and he's trying because he's like, I can only survive so much time without so much water. So he'd go in and he would try to drink the water from the leaves, but then the helicopter comes so he'd have to run way out of the bushes where the water was. And he'd keep going back and forth. And then he realized he was sweating all his water out, barely getting any. And then he said he had this deep where he like asked God and it showed him like these insecurities that he had and then revealed this way to collect water. And then he got water and then he was rescued. When he came to realize this like trauma he had after 5 days, and then it like that all of a sudden, then the helicopter came and it found him. Once he like stopped, oh yeah, before that he said he did this workshop where he learned how to like just get in tune with what he was feeling. So he stopped and did that because he's like, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to die because I keep running around, I'm losing water. And then when he did that and he breathed and he realized, then all of a sudden the helicopter came. And this is just like a normal Texan older dude. And you're like, that's so fucking cool.
Wow.
Right? That's the power of like being in community and listening to people's stories. And then that one little conversation, that could shift another guy who's like totally not open to that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's an amazing thing.
Yeah. Sauna stories, sauna connections, mineral tub connections are the best. Like it's really magical to see that happen at Bathe. People are dating, people are starting businesses together, people are just hearing about like different ways of living. And all you need to do is just hear that someone does it. And then you're like, oh, they're not that different from me.
Exactly.
Like I could do that. Like even with us, we didn't have business degrees. Like we're fucking around and finding out. and we're learning really fast.
Uh-huh.
And it's not that far away. Like anyone can if they just have the determination where you just literally don't stop,
Mm-hmm.
you can do anything.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, life is a video game, which is something I learned during a 10-day ayahuasca journey. Like halfway through, I was like, oh, something came to me. I was like, oh, life is a video game and it's all frequencies and can be hacked. And you can actually, there's so many people doing things that they have never done before. And they're just, they change their names. They're like, I'm going to do this thing. And now everyone like looks up to them because they believed it and they did it and they just leveled up. And so I think anyone can change their lives if they think of it as a video game. Like we're just different levels, we're players, there's little hacks to get into a different level. Like, so that's how I like to live, is like life is a video game. What was my saying? Collect coins and eat mushrooms?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, shit. That is good. If life is a video game, how do I unlock your skin? That's pretty nice.
You have to be,
I like the skin.
you have to be Cuban and Jewish. It's a whole thing.
No, good blend.
Do you have any, from all your journeys, because it is a video game, any cheat codes you can share with us?
Yeah, like an up, up, down, down, left, right, AB select start for infinite lives.
Even subtle ones,
Yeah.
Change your name.
Mm.
Whoa, yeah.
Mm.
That would be really
Identity
interesting.
shift.
Mm.
Hence Daniel Magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
A legal change.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And how did that help you?
It really, I mean, I value my old self because it I was able to accumulate wealth a little bit, enough to like get a business started. And I had a lot of experience being in the Muggle world. So it helps when you're starting a business. I think being able to like be in the magic space and also like having experience in them and then merging them together is like a really powerful thing. Because there's some people who are just all business or just fairies and they'll never exist. They wouldn't be able to do anything. They're just living in the mountains of Guatemala, right?
Mm-hmm.
But since I have both, I have a lot of business experience, a lot of experience in life. Mixing that with psychedelics and magic makes you really powerful to be able to build a business for play.
I love it.
Yeah.
What are some of the parties you guys have had? Like the types of parties, the themes, how do they go down? I'm curious.
Yeah, well, when we first got the building last year, we were throwing a party. Daniel loves to throw parties. I actually hated throwing parties.
She doesn't like parties.
But I'm coming around now. But it was actually meant to be a birthday party. But it was just such a crazy time. I'm like, you want to throw this party? Like, we're building the bathhouse, we're living in it. Like, you want to throw a party? What?
I mean, why not? It's a big building.
That's how I think too. When I see a big building, I'm like, imagine the parties.
It's a waste.
So we threw this party and it was called Underwater Kingdom. And it was a rule. Everyone had to be in bathing suits and robes. And it was this full on, every single room in the building was activated. We had 3 different music experiences at once in the building.
Wow.
Really cool. And the hilarious thing was that people thought that it was our launch party for Bathe. And we did actually have a couple cowboy pools because we partnered with them in the bathhouse, in the building, but it was just like 2 cowboy pools and like nothing. The outside did not exist. And some people were like, congratulations on your bathhouse. I'm like, what?
I actually loved it. They're like, this is amazing.
I don't even have an email address yet for my business. Like, you think my business is open? Like, and people still are like, even last week, we went somewhere and someone's like, oh, I went to your launch party.
It was amazing.
Last year. I was like, oh, okay. But this time, on November 15th, we're throwing another party called the Temple of Mirrors. And that's your vision.
So, do you guys ever remember that movie or the show Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine that fractal mirrors where the whole space becomes like this mirror portal.
Wow.
So it'll be like a couple hundred kind of these fractal disco balls hanging from the ceilings. We'll have pools inside. The whole space will be transformed into this mirror portal. We'll have like aerialists from the ceilings. We're bringing in some really good artists to play this time. Each one will be activated. Again, you have to wear an outfit to get in. It's going to be a whole thing, bigger than the last one.
The biggest party we've ever thrown. And the cool thing is that people are still talking about the party last year. So it's really fun. Now people are like into the parties here. So this is the launch of our Indiegogo campaign. So this one's a fundraising party where people can become dreamweavers and support phase 2, and they get to come to the building and see what phase 2 is going to look like and get a feel for it.
Yeah, I do want to have one humble brag. So one of the co-founders of Meow Wolf went to the party, and he told me it was the best party he'd been to in Austin.
Damn.
You're not a launch party.
Yeah.
Not a lot. First party we ever thrown.
Yeah.
First party I ever thrown of that
Wow.
scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just do birthday parties.
You're a
but
natural.
it was a good party.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're definitely going.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, sure.
definitely
And this
going.
this episode will come out after that party has already happened. So
Cool.
Yeah.
you guys
Okay.
can
So
say whatever you want about it because it can't give away any secrets yet. Yeah, we definitely want to come to the party. We'll chat about that
Yay.
for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Daniel might, I guess I can say this now because
You
we
can
don't
say
know if
that
it'll
one.
happen. Daniel might jump out of a cake.
Uh-huh.
That's
Nice.
I have a dream of jumping out of, but not jumping out of a cake. My dream is to have a cake that's big enough with a mirror. It has a mirror on it because it's a temple of mirrors, and like there's like a drawing of me in that mirror, and then I just come out with my finger and my whole body,
Oh.
and then come out of the mirror.
Nice.
so Bathe is a place where dreams come true.
Yeah, seems like it.
I want to talk about outfits. Do you recommend you wear a cool bathing suit and then like things around it?
Like reflective, fractal,
Okay,
like
okay.
mirrored, like, you know, you can, if you want to come in a Speedo and just paint your body and just like
Oh.
paint, you can do that.
Reflective paint. Where do we get
Body paint.
reflective paint? Does that exist? Can I
Yeah.
turn myself into a mirror?
So
You
will you have
Anything's possible.
you can get in saunas
Yeah, bathe.
and
Yeah.
and water, or it will just be like a party.
No, we'll have pools inside.
Okay.
We'll also have the pools outside.
Then my body paint's gonna come off.
You just can't go in. You're just
Very
like,
good point.
it's like, you know,
All right,
You
I
gotta
pick
pick
I have to pick
fashion.
one. I gotta
Yeah.
pick one.
Yeah, you gotta
Wait,
pick
I'll be a mirror from the top up, and then the bottom half won't be mirror, so I can at least put my leggies in.
Or you could just wear like a
Perfect.
mirror like Speedo and then like a robe that's mirrored.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can body paint at the Bathhouse for people
Maybe.
after. Yeah, we've done that before too. So maybe we can hook you up. Yeah.
And people that are interested in donating, like as a dreamweaver, like where do people go to do so? And is there any special perks with doing that? Do you have levels of like donation, helping?
I can speak to that. So we're doing Indiegogo. Right now we're like in the pre-launch phase. So you
Mhm.
basically can do a deposit of like $25, and that gets you on the list of like pre-entry to the Indiegogo, which will give you like 50% off of like memberships, day passes, other types of perks.
Cool.
So essentially allowing you to kind of pre-fund your experience at a discount.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
So really, really excited about that.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that? It's like 2 coffees. And then you get all those perks and
Yeah.
like, community and all that. That's amazing.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have a gift for you guys, by the way.
We have a gift.
Oh, what?
Yes. That's for you. That's for you.
Oh my goodness.
Take them out and check them out. This is our own little.
Is it a
We-
Speedo?
What would
You
be
wish.
cool swag for the podcast? And it's like, what makes up Austin?
Oh my
Saunas?
This is amazing.
God.
And mushrooms.
Yay.
All right.
And so the sauna mushroom hat was born.
It's perfect.
This is perfect for us.
Yeah.
Mhm, we figured.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a good vibe, and it's a good talking point when you're in a sauna. People
Totally.
are like, what? The guy? And this guy's cool.
hmm
This guy's down
True.
to talk about some cool stuff.
Yay. Thank
Yeah, it
you.
feels
They look
like
great on you, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
they look
you.
really good. And they're perfect.
I might just wear this all day today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why not?
let's
We're
go.
doing a photo shoot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's knock
Perfect.
that.
They're actually great on a hot day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
Texas is a sauna.
Yeah.
So, like, I've worn this to festivals. I've worn it to the concourse. We've worn them to the concourse. It's
Oh,
great.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super.
keeps your head nice and cool.
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah. So so obviously people can come to the Indiegogo. They can donate to that, become Dreamweavers. What other ways do you encourage people to get involved with you particularly, but also just the community of like wellness here in Austin too?
Well, our phase 1 is open. So we have memberships. We also have soak day passes.
Mhm.
We have activated. So we have a whole soaking garden outside that has all of the water amenities, the saunas and everything. And then inside we have co-working that we've recently launched. So it's a really great thing. You know, you can work inside and then you unplug. The soaking garden is no phones, no devices. So it's like the only place to actually unplug
Mm.
in this dimension. you know?
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the space is also alcohol-free, alcohol alternative experience. So for our parties as well. So we're excited about having that be a little different. But yeah, I mean, we're open every day except Monday, 10 to 10. And you just come in and join the community and be part of the magic.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 10 to 10. Nice.
Do you bring, like for your parties, do you bring vendors, like non-alcoholic vendors to come, like supply different types of drinks, beverages, snacks?
Yeah, we sell some THC-infused beverages, and we're also going to be looking into kava. And I think we'll have, for Temple of Mirrors, we'll have a bartender creating like amazing concoctions. And
Cool.
some of them will be adaptogenic, like, good for pre-sauna, post-sauna.
Nice. We have a great
Yeah.
kava connection for you.
Ooh,
Thank you.
yes,
Yeah.
fantastic.
And a little phase 2 plug is my dream is to build a very sexy like opium den elixir lounge outside that's like all like hues of red and like floor seating, but serving the most delicious elixirs and organic
Opium?
gluten-free waffles.
Ooh.
Being like a waffle spot, 10 to 10.
How did you arrive on waffles?
I went to a festival
Mhm.
and I met a waffle gnome,
A waffle gnome.
and I was like, I want these waffles at a Bathhouse.
Beautiful.
And then he said it every day.
And then, yeah, and then the
Said
waffle gnome
every
was
day for a
born.
year. Until it happened, and we're figuring that out.
Waffle's a great idea.
Yeah. So you guys, you said before we started, Lisa, you said you guys have some crazy stories
Yeah.
about things. I'm curious, is there a story on the top of your head that is like the first one you think of?
Let's see.
There's a lot of
What
stories.
would be a really funny? Could I tell the investor story or no?
You can tell the investor story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I really love vision boards, and I'm like, when I create a vision board, those things actually happen. Like I had a vision board where it was for a TV show I wanted to audition for, but it was a half Latin man holding a tiny dog, and then like 2 months later, I look at him and he's like holding his tiny dog. I'm like, did I accidentally like vision board you? And so I had this vision listening to this other podcast about swimming in $100 bills. And I was like, oh, wow, like that would be, we're trying to manifest money, right? Our first investor, because we did a friends and family round where we just got people to just believe in our idea in pencil on paper. We had no name, no building at that point, and we reached out to all of our kooky characters and friends that we knew throughout the years. And one of them, he came over with his investment and he brought it in cash in grocery bags.
It was a request from us. We were like, we would like you to bring it in cash so we can swim in it. And he agreed to do it.
And I was just like, I always wanted to swim. Well, it was funny because before we signed the paper, it was very intense. It was like legal documents and everyone's like kind of nervous energy, really intense nervous energy. And then once he signed it, I was like, it'd be real fun to do right now. Fast forward 10 minutes, the three of us are in the money, and we're just like, wee, like swimming in the money.
That's amazing.
That was a good one.
So yeah, we've started with some really kooky. This has been a really kooky, wild ride.
I love that. I mean, you should infuse any transfer of money with that type of good energy.
Mhm.
Like the gratitude and the celebration of it. Because, how many people sign paperwork for an investor thing and then they just go, neat, and then move on to the next thing?
Mhm.
It's like, you just got a big influx of money for your dream. Like, celebrate that, and that's going to be good for everybody. There's no downside to swimming in money, in my opinion.
Zero. I mean, I'll take a wire if you want to wire me money, but
Sure, but ideally
bags
cash.
of,
Yeah,
cash, like I'll take that too. That's
Mhm.
fun to like swim in.
yeah.
and experience
to
that.
feel.
To feel
Nothing
it.
is tangible.
Yeah.
That's what Bathe. Everything is tangible. Thank God. It's all about the senses and the
Yeah.
body. So yeah, to feel
Totally.
that.
And then
was-
walk into the bank with 2 bags and a mushroom hat. and you're
Yeah.
like,
You just throw it on the counter. Yeah.
Here you
I'm
go.
a businessman.
Yeah. Business, man. Here's my cash.
What's this for? Business?
Business things. My dream is to similar, but have sex on a giant pile of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also really good infusion of energy
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
into the cash.
Well, we did get some good private photo shoots with
That's
her
good.
the money.
Nice.
Yeah. My eyes only, but good times.
we won't flash them on the TV for the guests.
Oh my gosh.
What's a good story? I think the Meow Wolf has kind of an interesting
Oh, that
one.
actually is really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So for like the whole time that I wanted to do this bathhouse, I was like, I want to make a Meow Wolf plus bathhouse experience. I want it to be like immersive. I want people to walk in and be like, this is like a sci-fi movie set, very like detailed. I would say that forever. I was like, Meow Wolf bathhouse, Meow Wolf bathhouse. And then one day, thing pops in, thing, Meow Wolf is bringing a bathhouse to Austin. And I was like, oh, we must be on a frequency. I felt validated. I was like, okay. And then a little threatened at first. And I was like, actually, this is kind of cool. And then, not too long after, we're having dinner with him at the well. And now we're like buddies. So
I love that.
Yeah, there's plenty of space to create many things. And like, there's no lack of scarcity.
Zero.
I think there should be many bathhouses of all kinds, just like clubs. Like, you want lots of cool clubs to go to, like throughout Europe. And like Ibiza doesn't have one club. It's got 10 amazing clubs, and they all different experiences, and you all go through, and but the whole community rotates through all of them, and then the clubs support each other.
And it just makes the pie bigger, so like your slice is going to get bigger too.
Exactly.
And like,
and pushes the creativity.
Take bars. There's, if another bar opens up, other bars aren't like, oh no, what are we going to do? They just expect more bars to open or more restaurants to open. So the wellness space, it feels small now because it's kind of like in its infantile stages as it's growing. But I love that there's so many, like you got the Den, you got like Kuya's a little different, but there's so many, and I love that there's a million of them, because you guys are going to have your own flair, and it's going to have its own energy, and you're going to have your diehard fans that love yours and really only go to yours.
Totally.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And the Bathhouse community is really supportive because it's such a small world. So we went to the first ever Bathhouse convention in New York City last year, and we got to meet and be with all of the operators of bathhouses all around the world.
Whoa.
Like, that's how small the industry is that us little newbies, we get to be having dinner with everyone.
Oh, cool.
That's so cool.
And we're all in WhatsApp groups together, and people are giving advice because it's very hard to find investors. They don't understand this market. It's a whole new category of connection because it's not the bar, not the restaurant. It's something new.
Especially if they're like super boomer. It's like, you can't really see it.
A hot room? Why would I give you money for a hot room?
Do you charge for each towel? How are you going to make a profit?
I mean, the profits are really lucrative. That's another thing. Investors who are not in the industry, like, that's impossible. The margins are huge, like 40% plus in this industry.
Wow. For a brick and mortar, that's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
And that's across the board from all the bathhouses we've talked to, from Bathhouse to Othership to like the big ones, right? So it's a very lucrative business, but it's also fun. And, one thing I want to kind of touch on about the Meow Wolf thing is, for people who have a dream and choose to say yes, it only took us 2.5 years to be on the level of Meow Wolf, where we're now head to head as like peers in a space from nothing.
Yeah, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
So if you have a dream, like, say yes.
Yeah, and say it 20 times a day.
20 times a day.
Exactly. And find the pieces that, that you may not have. Like, if you're thinking about human design, if you're someone who is like, if you're not a generator and you need a generator, like, find the people who have the attributes that you don't have, so that like you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible to do it alone, and it's like the more people that you have that fill in those puzzle pieces, like, you become so much stronger together. You can create anything.
I agree. It's, especially if you have this vision and you bring someone on that's maybe social media strategy, they create in a way that reflects how creative you are, but you would never have been able to like come up with what they came up with. And then now they're like an extension of you, and you're like, this is amazing. How do we never not have this person? But if you were to try to do like the social media or whatever, it just would never happen, because it's just like, that's not where your skill set or like understanding is to really optimize on that, right? It's like building the Power Rangers.
Yeah. I mean, we have that person now, which is great. I mean, one thing, it does take, you have to go through a few people.
For sure.
Yeah.
It takes time to like find that crew. And for me, like, my dream is whoever's like in it now, like when we're big and we're profitable, like they get a piece of the pie. Like, this isn't just like our business. I want to share equity or like whatever with these people who are in it now, who continue this ride with us. For me, it's always been an invitation to like join this ride, and like everyone will get something,
I feel the same. Like, it took us a while to find our clip editor, and now he's the best.
Mm.
He's in Nigeria. Shout out to Ayo. And he just gets us. And like, as we rise, it's like, we just want to take him with us. We're going to help him achieve, he wants to make documentaries, and he wants to come to America from Nigeria.
We talked to an immigration lawyer to try to figure out how to get him over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Put him in our house. Just,
Oh.
Yeah,
you build these, like,
bring the people up with you.
It's like a family, right? And they're helping create the vision. And if without them, you wouldn't be able to do it. And why wouldn't you, want them to enjoy the fruits of this like cool creation?
Yeah, because we couldn't do this without him either.
No.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Well, you guys have given some good advice already for, just business in general. Any like other pieces of advice you'd give to founders because the one thing that we love about this podcast too is, we have people from all walks of life, and sometimes it's about psychedelics, sometimes it's business, sometimes it's health and wellness, sometimes it's, random, just shoot the shittery. And I think it tends to veer towards a lot of founders because it's just stuff we're interested in. And I'm curious what advice you guys have that maybe you haven't mentioned already that you would give to people that want to, they want to start something, whether it's a brick and mortar, a bathhouse, or even just, they want to do some coaching on the side. Like, what would you say to them to get them off the ground and rolling? Because you guys have obviously just full force, pedal to the metal, gone for it.
I can speak to that real quick. One thing as a founder is it's hard as fuck, and you're going to experience every possible emotion. You're going to have breakdowns, you're going to have ruptures, you're going to have nervous breakdowns. I mean, we sold like everything we have. Like I put everything on the line, every cent to my name, right? So just don't give up. I mean, I think most stars fail not because of the money issue, but because the person just gives up. Determination. You just got to keep fighting. I mean, this world is designed to punch you in the face. And if you don't get back up and like find a different solution, like our garden, when we lost our funding, I was like, we need to build something now, and then we can keep going. And so just prepare to like get through the ringer and know there is like a light at the end of the tunnel if you just don't give up.
Yeah.
So.
I have a couple. I would say to really give up on perfectionism. When we opened the garden, we opened, I think February is when we were like, okay, we're doing this. And it was just a parking lot. And we opened April 1st, and we didn't even have a couch or anything. And the perfectionist in me was just like ripped apart. I'm like, how can we like let humans into this space, but if it was just me and not him, I never would have opened it because it would never be good enough and to the level, because it's not phase 2, it's just this kind of beginning thing. But just opening and then growing in real time with community, watching you grow and supporting you and giving feedback. I mean, we have every day a member comes into the bathhouse, it's different. Like they're like, oh, there's a sign now. Like, oh, there's this now. Like we're evolving in real time. And so to not be afraid to just get to publish, just get it out there and to grow in the public eye is very powerful and very scary. But nobody cares what you're doing. There's no judgment. Like if it fails, just do it again. Just keep going. And then the other thing I would say is that we put a lot of stock in experts. We've probably had 15 to 20 experts over the last 2 years. And at some point, we get to the point where we're like, they don't know what they're doing.
They changed their name as I'm an expert now. Now they're an expert for everyone. And these were like real experts of like tippity top. And like, oh, it'd be like, I want to build a sauna. Oh, I only build saunas that are square, but I want a round sauna. Oh, you can't do that. It has to be square. Like that kind of thing. Like even the experts are in a box of what they can do. Right. And we don't want to be in a box. You can't put us in a box.
No, you can't. Square? We're not square people.
I do want to talk one part about your perfectionist, which actually was really wonderful. So she's a perfectionist, and she went down a rabbit hole for the best turf, like 50,000 turfs. And she found the guy who wrote the book on turf, and he got us our turf. That's why the turf is so amazing. the only guy. It's the only book published on turf, and he wrote it.
Whoa. Well, now I'm going to pay extra attention to the turf when we go there today. I really want to see the turf.
What makes a good turf?
I mean, look,
we get
soft.
feel.
It doesn't
Material?
It doesn't feel
Yeah.
like you can lay on it and be comfortable. It doesn't like poke your skin. It's a little plush, you know.
It's almost like a lush carpet.
Kind of, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you could get cheap turf for X amount of dollars, but we went like 5 times X for
Wow.
turf
Yeah.
to get the best turf.
Yeah,
Like it feels like grass almost.
It's pretty close.
Wow.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, you don't want to. We don't skimp on the details. We're not like tight margin detail. Like
Yeah.
we're not the people that are like cut it. You know, like we want this to feel elevated.
Mhm.
Like we want to build the bathhouse that Austin deserves. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
something that's really thoughtful. So
Yeah,
we care.
We go. I mean, one of the experiences of the bathhouse is going to be immersive showers. They'll be like hidden in 2 different spots where it's like really cool tile, and these shower heads have 1,000 raindrops, and then they play sound in the raindrops, so you only hear it when you're in the water. And then they have LED around, but these are $20,000 each for these.
That's great.
So,
That's so
I'm like-
awesome.
I'm like, she's like, can we really do this? I was like, why not?
Good thing you have 40% margins. You're
Yeah.
going to need those to buy the
Right?
$20,000 shower heads.
I mean, why not?
That would sell me to go.
Oh,
I
I'm,
mean,
I'm
why not?
already sold. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's
Why not?
amazing.
You'll make the
Yes.
money. At
I'm
some
put that
point.
in my house.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd rather spend the money and walk into the place and be like, okay, this is something.
Yeah, imagine you go take a shower and the moment you get in, there's just dubstep playing.
Yeah.
What is this?
With LED
What is-
lighting around
what
it.
is happening? Did I just rave waterfall?
Yes.
How did I
The
get
rave
here?
waterfall.
Yeah, so we're excited to like, once we raise the full amount and just like go and balls to the wall, like everything is going to be perfect lighting, perfect seating, perfect design
Mhm.
elements. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So like trust for new founders, like trust yourself, listen to the other people, but trust yourself
Mhm.
because everyone else is stuck in their framework and their perspectives of what they learned. And like you're the only one that's coming in with the real magic and the new experience. You can see things outside this box, you know? So yeah. And then find your people.
people are important. It's always my dream, like the Council of 7 and the Dream Weavers is always, I always want to do with my friends. So, you know, some of my first hires were my friends, the Waffle Gnome, you know, bringing people in to like elevate them and like really just what more fun could you have if you're like partying and making money with your friends
Mhm.
and doing crazy parties.
Totally.
And like, I mean, all I really want to do is throw parties, but you know, I guess I have to build a bathhouse.
It's the means to the party.
It's the means
Yeah.
that I mean,
you and me
when
are the same. Like I just want to throw parties
I mean,
too. But it's
you
like, okay, I
know-
got to take some steps first so that I can do parties to the level that
with
I wanna do
warm
that.
dipping salted pools in a space with like a
Totally.
DJ elevated up on the side of the wall with epic lighting. I mean, yes, that would be a great party.
Mhm.
Yeah, very excited.
Mhm.
I think the perfectionism thing is, you know, there's so much value to it, but you have to know when to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
those 2 things that you mentioned together are important. You have to have the messy start, and then the perfectionism can come in later. It's like a tool that you deploy.
Mhm.
I deploy the
Mhm.
perfectionism when it makes sense. But if you have that perfectionism on day 1, then you never start,
Yeah.
right? You have to use it at the right time. And then your perfectionism, it's not going to be very good unless you know what you're being perfect about.
Yes.
So you have to start, make all the dumb mistakes, and then
Mhm.
you can go, okay, perfectionism, go gadget perfectionism, and then use that and all the tools and everything you learn to then like make it perfect. But yeah, if you're
Exactly.
perfect from day 1, you're
Yeah.
just going to sit there and twiddle your thumbs, never making any decisions.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
Love
mean, this
that.
bathhouse wouldn't have existed without Lisa's perfectionism because I'm just like, let's do it, see what happens. And it could be messy,
Mhm.
but this one just like, you know, levels it up a little bit.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta make it nice.
You're a good blend, good yin yang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anything else?
No, that's awesome.
Any other wise words, you guys?
Yay.
just trust and say yes to things at least twice.
Do yes Mondays.
Yeah.
Mondays. That's also a rule. Like for any invitation I have, I'll try at least twice,
Mhm.
even if I don't like it. I need like 2 times to
Yeah.
really know.
That's
I don't-
literally you're saying.
Yeah, I say I'll
Oh
try
my
anything
gosh.
twice.
Yeah, so that's my saying. There's a lot of things that Jody journey that I'd be like, I'm not sure if I'd want to come back to this. I've had
Mhm.
some like, I mean, I'll just say one of the journeys was it was a men's retreat where it was supposed to be camping, I get there and it was like the military, and they take all your stuff and they just give you a toothpaste and your toothbrush in a plastic bag and made you be naked for the entire weekend camping with a bunch of men in the wilderness where it's cold. And they'd wake you up at 5 a.m, spraying you down with a hose. And all the men were counting 30, 29, 28. I don't know if I'd do that one again. Oh, they didn't feed you. You didn't eat the whole week.
Are you sure this was a retreat, or did you stumble into like a prison camp?
I don't know, but they'd feed you little...
Were you in North Korea?
It was in Seattle. It was in Washington.
That's basically North Korea.
Yeah, it was Washington in the mountains somewhere. Yeah. It is communist country, as you said.
It is.
So,
that's where we're from.
So
we get it.
Try everything at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
And try to say yes to most things, because you never know what you don't know. And a lot of people are stuck in like saying no.
Yeah.
So say yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming, Daniel and Lisa Magic.
Thank you for having us.
Yay.
Absolutely. It
I
was a
like
pleasure.
This hat. I'm wearing this all day today.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
So next to the sauna?
Let's go to the
next
sauna.
to bathe?
Let's go.
All
Awesome.
right, amazing.
All right.
Beautiful.
Later, spores.